Wi-Fi died, so I had to wait. But we're back! More Baldur's Gate 3. Humza! Okay. Oh no, the mage hand. Whatever will I do?
Bleed for me.
Get whacked!
No choice but to keep going. Breathing, despite everything. Still on my feet.
I hate that! Like, every time I try and use that, it just fails. It's really making sharpshooter not worth it!
Victory is assured. Unleash me. Let's go.
Ah, he missed the bird. Ah, he hit the bird. My bird! Heal the bear!
What now? Blood comes easy these days.
The witching hour. Swords meet sorcery.
No, my bear! Okay, you need to fuck off! Oh, you saved.
I wonder if this is worth the cost.
Mistra Rill.
Just smack him. He's wet!
Battle of wits.
There's an illithid parasite in that corpse. You should take a look.
Okay, safe game. Very happy to have finally gotten past that. Let's see what all ingredients I can find. Oh, alright. What's this? Yeah, I could put all my... pouch. Put all my potions in here. That's a brain. Keep the brain out.
Decorated with a grinning face, this cold iron flask is sealed with a brass stopper.
Gonna get a 10. Oh, well, that works.
Disguised among the decorative elements, you notice a familiar arcane engraving. This is a powerful magical item, capable of trapping and holding a creature. The sealed stopper suggests it is inhabited.
Yeah, I'm not risking it.
There's no time to waste.
It does do more damage. Deals more damage. Oh, and it's a +2 weapon. That explains why it deals more damage. Oh. Want to use it though because of that one little bit. Yeah, we're not. I don't want her going mad.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Perfect. Inventory managed. Send that to camp. A hand crossbow. Oh, we keep going straight.
This is the devil Will has been tasked to kill.
Steady on, soldier. That's the stuff. Well, fuck me. It's you, from the Nautiloid. Please tell me I found you before those so-called Paladins of Tyr did. Nice of you to ask. Lately, I've gotten used to being called Devil. No follow-up questions. The truth is, well, it's a long story. And I'll tell it, but...
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood. The Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that? Fuck's sake. Mountains as far as the eye can see. Guess that explains the voices. From that peek I got into your head, you've made some inroads trying to get the thing sorted. But alas, no joy. I'm Karlak. And you are... Well met, soldier. Now that we're old pals, how would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? A little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good at killing demons. Really good. So good, Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. Took me 10 years to properly escape, but now I'm free. Zariel sent goon after goon to hunt me down. But believe me when I tell you, I'm not going. The latest yappy little dogs she sicked on me are nearby. A group of dopes posing as paladins of Tyr. Want to help me take them down? Fuck yes. They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. After we've mopped them up, we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
I like her. She looks like she could throw me over her shoulder and carry me to safety. Should the need arise.
Jesus!
I'd hug you if it would. Hang on though. Looks like you got enough backup at your side. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
Uh-huh. What class even is she? Like, barbarian, I would assume?
What's the story? Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail.
Although, him over there is mage.
An ally fresh from the hells themselves. Our company grows stranger by the minute. And all the instructions were easy enough, weren't they? If slightly elaborate. I find that a healthy amount of theatrics, a voice from the beyond, a magic flute, a friendly, if highly combustible magma method, tends to make for a more compelling case. If nothing else, I'm sure I piqued your curiosity. Ah, yes. Karsus. Karsus was perhaps the most powerful wizard that ever lived. The child who would be a god, the elves called him. And he tried. With a spell of his own devising, he endeavored to usurp in one fell swoop the power of the goddess of magic. Mistral, she was called then. Imagine what it must have felt like. To be a god. To know yourself, to be untouchable. To be mistaken. As Karsus aimed his spell at her, she began to unravel. And with her, the entire weave. Too late did he realize what he had unleashed. It would have been the end of everything had not Mistral sacrificed herself. The goddess of magic is all magic. By dying, the entire weave was lost, and the spell that challenged a god failed. It was the end of Mistral. The end of Karsus, and the end of an entire civilization. As the child who would be a god was turned to stone, his empire came crashing down around him. The floating cities of Netheril were no more. An event that came to be known as Karsus's folly. For a spell, Mistral was reborn as Mistra. Upon her return, the weave returned with her. Now, so many centuries later, I try to follow in the footsteps of Karsus. Not to destroy Mistra, but to prove my love for her. I tried to control only a fraction of the magic that was unleashed that fateful day. I merely sought to return one tiny diamond to an imperfect crown. Gale's folly, one might call it. History, repetition. It's the way things go. If it should ever come to that, if I ever know I am no longer able to stop it, I will do anything I can to ensure no one but me pays for my mistakes. I will find the remotest place on the surface of Faerun, or perhaps far below in the depths of the Underdark. I will await that death, alone. I promise I will not betray your trust. You kept me by your side despite the menace that I am. If worst comes to worst, I will be long gone before the curtain falls.
I just realized I have things I need to wash. So I'm going to handle that for a hot second. I started with my shirts. I said I started with the Okay, and we are back, and I really need more, like, wind. This room gets hot. Like the level of hot where you walk in and it's just, oh.
I question the wisdom of that decision, but so be it. I'll be here in the meantime.
Well met. I think that unknowable powers come with unknowable consequences. I can't say I'm not curious, but once you take an illithid by the talon, there's no telling how deep into the abyss it might drag you. All right. What else is on your mind?
soldier? Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about? Fuck yes. Soldier.
Oh, you're a barbarian. Yes. Wildheart is so much cooler of a name than... Odom. Like, Odom Barbarian is cool, but Wildheart. Jesus.
I've got a long road ahead.
What's so funny? You haven't got some laughing curse, have you?
I really made it out of Avernus. It's
All
incredible.
right, just keep it down. We're conspicuous enough without your hyena call.
What's that?
Let's march.
Is that blood? Never mind.
Give it a bloody good fight.
What's that? I'm way too big.
Those paladins I need to stomp are that away. Hey, we're still going after those paladins, right? Can't leave Zariel's bruisers roaming the coast. Good news.
What do we have here?
Gotta be another way in.
Just out of view. Carefully now.
On tippy toes.
Should have worn better boots.
Now what?
My faith protects me. Mine needs greater anyway. Does this count as adventuring?
Let's march.
Time for a little death.
picks a fight. The
Never a dull moment.
Let's go. Down the hatch.
Fronte non la fide.
You're mine.
Can't give up. Heading there.
Where do I go from here?
Let's cook with fire, baby. Close ranks.
Oh, you're not even entering through the door.
Step quick.
Talk to me.
Time to push my luck again. Have to keep going. I've got this.
Make up your fucking mind as to which way you're gonna go!
Mutilate them.
My faith will protect me. Heading there.
I won't give in. I'll strike you down.
My turn. You're not gonna like this, mate. Got it.
On I go.
Another fight. Let's go. Best be on my way.
Now this is my happy place.
Won't go back. I'm never going back. And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash. That's right, she won't. She can't. She couldn't even lay a finger. Just try it, Zariel! Come on!
Let's move. No time to rest.
Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look? Honey, I could go all night. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down. High pain tolerance, and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him. A weaponsmith, huh? Not sure if he's the guy, but I'd love to find out. A tune-up would do this rusty heart a world of good.
Bodies everywhere. Accident or sabotage? Are you sticking with my bare hands? Smoke. Something's burning.
Godhelm. Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we would be reckless. Teach us certainty when we would have doubt. So it is spoken, and so is it done. He of the unsleeping eyes. Grant me the might to carry this burden. Grant me the faith to face darkness without fear. A massacre. Drow and goblins slaughtered the lot. Please, just leave me be.
I hear shouting. Someone needs help.
We'll never put this fire out. You're better off.
Great Godhelm. Teach us certainty when we would have doubt. So it is spoken, and so is it done.
I can keep going a little longer now.
No one stopped me yet.
The ox tenses, horns lowered in your direction. His hide twitches, every muscle primed to bolt. He's terrified. The ox calms, his tail swishing a satisfied arc. Creature turns a piece of cud around its mouth, chewing contentedly.
Well, I calmed the poor thing.
So it is spoken, and so is it done.
Grand Duke Ravengard could be inside. Don't just stand there. Push!
Heck. Do you have any inspiration? I do! That's better.
Inside, hurry! We don't have much time. We hear you! Stay where you are! We don't have much time! Fight out!
Still alive. So that's progress. The heat coming off that door. Opening it could spell trouble.
Come! I'm afraid proper thanks must wait.
Fire! Hurry! Get this thing off me!
Damn it! Why the hell are you all the way down here?
Tread carefully. Just be quick. Tormented!
Let's move.
Thank you.
Let's get on with it.
Keep a blade close. At last. Watch your back.
Whatever it is, save it for now.
Slaughtered everyone. Mary. Oh, Mary. No.
On my way.
So it is spoken, and so is it done.
Oh, I'm not allowed to resurrect people.
Mary, you should have stayed. I was in our room. If I just kept my mouth shut about that bloody dowry, she'd still be here. I'm sorry, Mary. Please, just go.
Oh, this is gonna hurt.
What's next, I wonder? Let's try this way.
Keep your distance, darling. Yes, let's.
I can't take much more.
blood.
Fresh air. At last. Your boldness is a blessing.
Counselor.
Fuck you, Astarion.
It takes more than mere... Now listen. Go on you. The rest of you. And you. Please, rescue Ravengard from his drow captors. May I trust you'll see it through? A champion indeed. Without him, the city faces collapse. In fact, I fear that may have been the intention of those who Moonrise Towers, along the old road, unless darker fall. This was no random attack. The Grand Duke was their target. Thank you. And should your courage falter, remember the Duke's generosity. Approach the towers with care. I will seek reinforcement. Fist to work.
On my mind. And well, in it.
I wonder what the next move is.
Still breathing, despite everything.
Great God, Helm. Allow us peace in this plane and beyond. Teach us care when we will be reckless. Teach us certainty when we will have doubt. So it is spoken, so is it done.
It's for a sister's wedding. They made us. We argued about it for hours. Then she took the dowry and left.
No idea where I even fucking left her. Where the fuck are you? Oh, wow. Fuck. Realize I'd actually fucking left you behind.
No one stopped me yet.
What can I do you for? The year? 10 air. The place? Sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero? Karlach. A knock-kneed delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know, she put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell. Guy named Gortash. politician, inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job, a good job, with people I liked, doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Oh, to feel so invincible. Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close. I try not to think about it. I still think about it constantly, but, you know, I try. One of these days, I'll sort the whole infernal affair out, get myself cooled off, start making up for lost time. But not today. Soldier. Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you? I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works. Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of trouble to throw ourselves at. Why are we slowing down? First things first, I need to get this engine tuned up. Thing's powerful, but it's been feeling volatile ever since I left the Hells. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic round here, right? You really did it, huh? Not worried? Well, what can I say? You look fine, smell fine, seem fine. And yet, you're more mind flayer than ever. Hope you don't expect me to follow your lead in this. Do they? I'm not sure either of us can say one way or the other. We don't know what the costs might be just yet. How do you do that? Always making sense when I least want you to. Fine. I'll keep an open mind. Now, what's the story?
Will's brows furrow as your minds connect. He sees the burning embers of Joaquin's rest, then Floric's face as she tells you of Ravengard's abduction.
Hells. Older Ravengard's been taken. Then we need to seek him out and get him to safety. You see, Grand Duke Ravengard is my father. I know I haven't said. Our relation was no matter of pride, not least for him. Just the one. Yours truly. My father and I were close once upon a time, until he disowned me and cast me out of Baldur's Gate. Such a rift isn't so easily mended. But it's not so wide that I'd let my own father suffer at his captor's hands. I've been asking myself the same question. What makes a Duke of Baldur's Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the houses of Menzo Baranzan would have little use for my father. No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters, these true souls are behind his abduction. His absence alone will sow chaos in the city. If they were to infect him, he could lead Baldur's Gate to ruin. All the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father, but the future of the Sword Coast. I know. When I look into a mirror, I see two faces. I see the Blade of Frontiers, a man hunting the fiends who prey on the weak and claw at the coast. And I see Will Ravengard, the memory of a memory, a man who belongs to the past. I wanted you to know the Blade, not the shadow he left behind. I'm all for it.
May as well see what hirelings we can get.
Fate, dost thou require a new ally? Very well. Impossible. Thy party is full.
One horn! The stink of Avernus! Advocatus Diaboli!
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
Karlach! The Archdevil Zariel's gladiator. Come to burn the Sword Coast to ash.
If by met you mean hoofing it through the hells with this fucker on my tail.
Shut it, devil! I know your kind. A heart darker than a shadow's nightmares. You'd cut a child's throat just to taste the blood.
A devil? I didn't take the blade for a fool. I'm...
A great fire roars through you. The fire of the first hell. You are Karlach, tearing through demons across a blood-red landscape of fire and volcanic cinder. The front lines of the Blood War. With every swing of her axe, Karlach fulfills Mistress Zariel's purpose.
Proof! Clear as summer sky. It's over, Karlach. It's time you feel the sting of the blade.
I've tried to tell you. I'm not what you think I am.
Another vision. Karlach's blade rays slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Will shudders with Karlach's desperation. She is a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
By Balduran's helm, No, I will not be tricked.
You saw the truth. I may be an effective soldier, but I never wanted to serve Zariel. Legged it away from her the first chance I got.
And yet you served.
Will catches his breath and his lips straighten. Sheer dread twists his face.
No! Devils cannot be trusted!
Would you listen to sense? This doesn't have to end badly for either of us. You know monsters better than anyone. Can't you look in my eyes and see I'm not a devil?
You don't know what this means. You don't know what you're asking me to do.
I'm asking you to live, Will. I don't want to hurt you. And to be frank, I'd rather not find out how the blade got his name. I swear to you, on all I am, I'm not what you think.
Shit! Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce. I see the good in you, Karlach. I promise not to lose sight of it. Even when the hells burn hottest.
Glad Will saw sense. Even more glad he decided to stick around. Takes a pretty slick mover to track down old Karlach. Fair. But still, the man's got a reputation for being lethal with that blade. I'm glad it's on our side.
Seems like Will and Karlach will play nice from now on. Saves us having to pick sides. If you're sure.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly. I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats. One night soon, when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance. You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
Okay, that's where we're gonna end it for now, because dinner just finished.